Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some more crazy thoughts from Timbertown with your old buddy Bruce. Today, I just want to make a quick little comment about Medicare. I am so sick of seeing Medicare Advantage TV commercials. I swear to you, they are just so uh, misleading. It's ridiculous, you know. Oh, there's Medicare Part A and B called regular Medicare. And then there's Part C and Part D. They never mention Medigap. You know, now it's not part of A, B, C, or D, but it certainly exists in the Medicare system, but we ignore that, right? So let me just say that if you are getting near 65 and you want to think about Medicare, it's really, people try to make it very complicated. It's not. It's really very simple. Excuse me. You know, if you don't have insurance from an employer of any kind, whatever, and you turn 65, you're going to get Medicare Part A and Part B, right? That's hospitalization as well as outpatient services, you know, going to a doctor and, you know, imaging centers, that sort of stuff. So you'll get that automatic done, you know, boom. It's got a bit of a premium and a little bit of an out-of-pocket deductible every year. Not big. Then you're going to have an option. You can get a Medigap plan, often called a supplement, you know, however you want to look at it. Or you can go to Medicare C. Now, Medicare C, they call, you know, an Advantage plan. A Medicare Advantage plan is a rip. They're going to pitch you with, oh, look, it gives you dental and eye and all these extra benefits. Holy moly. And you don't even have to pay a premium. Oh my gosh. How exciting is that? It's a rip. Because all Medicare Advantage is a standard private market plan that 9 times out of 10 is going to be an HMO plan, which means you're going to be stuck with doctors and hospitals and providers in your little town, and it's going to be a closed network, and you're going to have to get a primary care doctor, and you're going to have to go to that doctor to get referrals to go anywhere else and get anything else done. And you're going to have little co-pays and, you know, that sort of stuff as you go through with an out-of-pocket max, you know, just like you do in a private market plan today. It's exactly the same, you know, so you gain very little. You know, because, you know, what you're going to get for dental and all that is like chump change. You know, now if you're like, I can't afford anything, I am really, really poor, you might not have a choice. Or if you have some sort of weird, esoteric sort of medical need that Medicare just doesn't cover, but Advantage plans do, you may have no choice but to go to an Advantage plan. But for the vast majority of people, avoid it like the plague. You want a Medigap plan, a supplement plan. And people are going to go, oh, but gee whiz, that's an added, you know, monthly premium. Yes, it is. But, you know, if you start looking at the costs of, you know, Medicare with a supplement, what that would cost you monthly in premiums versus what you pay in the private market, man, there is no comparison. It is really, really inexpensive. And the nice thing is there are a tier of Medigap plans. They go from like A, B, C, D, E, G. You know, they're lettered all the way around. So you have a choice. You can go and get the very top Medigap plan, which basically covers everything Medicare A and B doesn't cover, for the most part. Or you can get the bottom plan, which covers some stuff but not everything, gives you a little bit extra protection, but costs less. I tell people, get the top plan if you can afford it. You want the best plan you can get, supplement plan that you can afford, and you keep it for as long as you possibly can. Because when you go in at 65, you go in considered the healthiest 65-year-old on the planet, so you get the best rate. If you try to come back to it later in life, you're going to go under underwriting, which means they get to look at your health, ask you questions, do all this stuff, and decide whether or not they even want to give you the plan. And if they do, what price they're going to charge you for it. So you want to get in right in the beginning and get it quick and stay there as long as you possibly can. And the great thing about the supplement plans is that, then you're good at any provider anywhere in America that takes Medicare. You're not restricted. So if you're an RV guy or something, you're traveling, no problem. You can go anywhere to any facility in America that takes Medicare, and bingo, you're covered. In there, no problem. You get a disease, you want to go to a specialist that's, on the other side of the country, go ahead. If he takes Medicare, not a problem. Boom, you're good to go. I mean, that is the protection you're buying with a Medigap or a supplement plan with Medicare A and B. Now, the only other hitch to this is, of course, when you do that, you have to get a Medicare Part D plan, a prescription drug plan. You don't have a choice. You have to. If you don't, they'll penalize you for not doing it later. So you just have to pony up and do it. And if you're not really, ill or at the time have any problems, then you just get the cheapest plan out there. Maybe $5 a month, $10 a month. But I will tell you this, Medicare Part D blows. It is the worst designed, most awful drug prescription plan coverage that ever existed in the world. It is terrible. Absolutely awful. If you don't use many drugs, it might not be so bad, but boy, you get into situations, it will cost you an arm and a leg. Because they're all going to have, out-of-pocket deductibles. Like mine currently is $500. I got to spend $500 before I get any help from my drug plan. $500. I mean, it's just insane. Still, I think the supplement and the Medigap is the way to go. Advantage plans, if you don't have any other choice or there's some reason why you just have to do it, fine. But otherwise, avoid them like the plague. They're terrible. They're horrible. I don't like them. And I just wanted to put my little 2 cents out there because I see those Advantage plan commercials on TV all the time. And I thought the government was going to start curtailing them or making them do them differently because they are so misleading as to, what they are, because they never really tell you, oh, you're going to be stuck in a very small provider network and it's probably going to be an HMO and all this other crap. That they don't tell you. So beware, be careful. Okay? That's just me getting my little thing off, on my chest about Medicare Advantage plans. All right. Peace and hang 10, everybody.